Okay, so the day has finally arrived where I'm gonna actually show you guys Reaper. For those of you that don't use Reaper, which is a DAW, right? It's a digital audio workstation. It is, there are many like it. Obviously, we have Pro Tools, which is an industry standard. They're in every pro studio, and even small studios like Pro Tools is prevalent among recording studios. You've got Digital Performer, you've got Cubase, you've got Cakewalk, you've got a bunch, okay? There's a lot out there. Appleton, you've got, geez, it's a long list, okay? But Reaper is special. Why is it special? I'll tell you why. In my opinion, this is a songwriter's DAW. And the reason I say that is because there's features in this DAW that you're not gonna find anywhere else. And in particular, where you're recording tracks like comps, you're doing a vocal and you wanna do like multiple takes of a vocal so that you can comp, you know, the best take that you can. This is a very common practice. A lot of studios do it, a lot of engineers do it, mixers, whatever, right? So you got a lot of tracks, the same take over and over, and you just piece together the best take that you can get. Now, anyway, that's only one part. There's a lot of parts to this thing. Without any further ado, let's have a look at this thing, okay? So, as you can see here, Reaper has all the features that you would expect from any DAW, okay? And you can modify the look of this thing. I think this is pretty much the standard look of it, where you have your tracks on this side, you have your takes over here, all your MIDI and your audio and everything that you need for a song. This particular song is a song I recorded and mixed a while ago, but the point of this video is not the song, it's the software, obviously. So you can have markers here. I've got another project opened over here where you can have regions set up. This is an incredible feature. This is just a piano, by the way. Whatever, okay? It's just a piano, a MIDI, using easy keys. Okay, so with MIDI, you can get in here, you can edit it, which is something you can do with any DAW, really. You can just double click on a MIDI part and you can come in here and you can modify whatever you wanted to modify. But an interesting point here, another thing I love about Reaper is you got regions. So you can have markers like you have in this song. And by the way, you can have multiple sessions open here. Now, of course, that will depend on the power of your CPU, okay? Because the more projects you have on here, the more it's gonna really, you know, task your CPU, and your RAM is gonna get all eaten up. Okay, so you need a really powerful CPU if you're gonna be working on multiple projects at the same time. But if you have that capacity, you can have multiple projects opened up over here and just bounce from one to the other, which is an amazing thing, especially if you're a mixer. But as a songwriter, it's really good as well, because you can bounce ideas from one project to another, and also copy. I can copy this track and bring it over here and paste it in this project. You see, now it's in here. Okay, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, so the regions are really awesome. Why? Because, check it out, I can take this region here, break, and I can move it here if I wanted to. I could take the bridge and I could move it there. The whole thing moves, by the way. Everything moves along with the region. So I could take the verse, put it in the end, right? And I could just mix and match. When you're writing, okay, when you're working out ideas, tell me that that is not a valuable tool, a very easy thing to use, and you just separate everything into regions and you just move things around as needed, okay? So it's pretty cool. It's pretty amazing, all right? So we have a build up over here. It's gonna lead into the chorus. What if I wanted it to lead up to the break? Okay, just like that. I'm gonna test it out. I like it, I don't like it. Okay, I put it back, I put it wherever I want to put it. So that's a really amazing feature. But let's go back to this project here. So here we have, okay, it's a pretty big project. It's not huge, but it's got about whatever, 30 odd tracks if you minus the compression and the effects tracks. It's got about 30 tracks. It's not a very busy song, but within the project, within Reaper, there's a lot you can do, okay? So you have your standard tracks. Now, another big feature is folders. So you can actually have your tracks divided or grouped, is a better word, into folders. So here, as you can see, there's this indent, okay? And that's because over here, this little folder icon, you can choose to kill it. So now there's no, you see there's no indent there? If you click it once, there's an indent. So now all of these folders will be affected by what I do with this folder. Check it out, okay? We'll just play, play a verse, okay? Got people all around me. Okay, so here, we'll use this track instead, the tubas, okay? So there's an indent here. That means all of these tracks are going to be affected by what I do here. So if I grab this fader, okay, which I can grab here as well, everything lowers except if we scroll down here, you'll find that the guitars here, okay, are not being affected by that. That's on purpose, of course, and that is an effect, which is a compression. Compression is on that track, okay? And I didn't want it affected by the volume of what I'm doing here. But I could have had everything in that folder if this was inside of it as well. The way to do that is just do that, okay? So now, if I come up here, everything is underneath this folder, all gone. Pretty amazing, right? It's all in a folder. Now, if I didn't want that, take everything out of there, and what I do here has no effect on it. So it's basically done in folders, okay? Pretty cool. Now, another thing that is amazing, one of the highlights of this software that I love the most is, like I said at the start, comping vocals especially, but of course guitars as well. You'll find that even here, this is a guitar part. Look at the comps here. Look at all this. These are all different takes. So that's one take, that's another take, that's another take, that's another take. And I've taken the best of each one. They're now locked in, okay? They're locked into place, which you can do. So you select a section that you want to lock in, right click, take, lock to active take. If you don't lock it to active take, then every time you select something here, it'll move it. Now, you can't move it, but let's say you wanted to change this part. Let's just solo this and have a listen. Okay, let's say I wanted to change this part. I can't click on it, but by using T on my keyboard, which is what I've programmed into it, you could use whatever key you want. You could cycle through the takes. Look at that. Okay, so let's check it out. That's the original. Let's try that one. Let's try that one. They're all different takes of the same part. I settled on the first one. They all sound pretty similar, right? It doesn't really matter. You gotta, critical listening, and that's the part that's the take that I like the most. But the amazing thing here is that you can go through your takes and select like that. It's so fast. It's just amazing. And I haven't come across a software that does that. Usually what you have to do is you'll have multiple tracks like this one. So for each take, you'll have a different track. and they will all be one under the other, and you'll have to solo, mute, go back and forth, chop and change, and it's just very time consuming. So instead of that, you have an amazing feature here that you can use that is just second to none. Okay, so that's a huge attraction for me, because as a songwriter, you know, when I've written my song and then I record it, look, I don't want to spend all day long here with a million tracks, and I don't want to do that. So these are all called lanes. So every time you record, and let's do an example here. Let's see if we can do a recording. We're putting a new track over here. Okay. Put it in record, solo it so that we don't hear anything else, and start recording. Okay. There we go. It's recording. It's recording my voice. Okay, all good. That's fantastic. Really good. Let's do that again. Now it's recording the second take. Okay, it's recording my voice. Absolutely fantastic. That is not going to match up, obviously. Okay, this is not rehearsed, so it's all going to be different. But check it out. I got 2 takes. Let's do it again. Okay, we're going to record a third take now. Now these are lanes. We're all still in the same track. Track hasn't changed, but we got multiple lanes that we're using here for each recording. And with a T, you could just cycle through them. And if they're not locked, you could click on them as well and select the one that you prefer. And this is a super powerful tool, because I've never seen this before in any other software. Okay, so let's just delete that. And the next thing we're going to look at is you have multiple views. Now, obviously, this is the arrange window view. I think it's called arrange. And keep in mind, as I'm going through this, I'm no expert at Reaper, okay? I've been using it for a while, but I use it the way that I need it. And if you want to know more about the software, you can Google it. You can go on YouTube. There's a lot of amazing videos with people that know a lot more about this program than I do. But I use it for what I need it for. Okay, and what I am is a songwriter primarily. That's the number one thing. Of course, I record my music and I mix it and all that stuff, but my primary concern is songwriting. And this is the arrange window view, I believe, but then you have other options as well. There's the mix window view. So this is the mixer here. So when you come down to mixing, you can just use this window, which honestly, I don't, okay? So I just stick to this window here that I love the most, because I have everything I need here, okay? Everything I want to see, I can see here with my editing. Even during the mixing process, there's something I don't like, I'll come in here, I'll change it, I'll swap out effects, I'll do a bunch of things, okay? So with effects, again, of course, nothing special here, but you do have them all in one place here. You just open this window here. You can turn them all off at the same time, turn them back on, grab the effects there and just add them from a list, okay? I've got them grouped into different, compressors and my favorites and the reverbs and what I use for vocals, what I use for as I'm on the master track, for guitar, bass, whatever. And you just double click it and boom, it'll show up here. And then you can turn it off, turn it on, okay? Delete it, whatever. So that's for effects. And you have your master track over here, of course, that affects everything. On this thing here, I was using Easy Mix on this song, this project. This is quite a few years ago that I worked on this. I don't use this anymore. Event Horizon is a really good plugin that I tried out for a while. I don't really use it anymore, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. And of course, you got markers. You have that with every DAW. You have all the. I'll tell you another thing I really love about this software. It's very intuitive. Okay, it's easy to wrap your mind around it. It's not a hard software to use, and I love that. Okay, I don't want to be messing around with tools. I don't want to be messing around with all this hardware. I have to, of course, we all have to, but the less headache I have from the tools that I'm using, the happier I am as a songwriter. Okay, so anyway, guys, that's pretty much my take on Reaper. There's a lot more to it. There's all these buttons up here. You got metronomes, you got, the grid view or not. There's a lot, okay? If you're interested in it, check it out. I don't get anything from Reaper. I don't have any affiliation with them. I'm just trying to share the tools that I use with you guys that have really made my life a lot easier, and hopefully it'll make your life easier as well. But whatever DAW you use, just keep in mind, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If you're happy with it, you're comfortable with it, and your workflow is going really well the way you want it to go, don't worry about it too much, So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. What matters is, your creativity and writing songs, getting them recorded as well. That's a really fun part and also an important part. If you're going to share it with people that are not in your immediate environment, that you can't just whip out your guitar and play your song. If you're going to share it with a wider audience, you do have to record it. At some point, you want to record it, and there are tools that can make your life a lot easier. This is one of them, okay? Hope that helps you out. Until next time, take care.